All right, guys. We're going to open this up and see what we've got on this book. So this is how they come. They come in bundles. And what do we have here? So, the George O. White State Forestry Nursery. So, over 1,700 trees arrived here last night, and they're not all for us. What we did was a big group order, so you could get them at super cheap if you do this group order. So let me show you real quick. In here we've got some elderberries. If you've ever had elderberry wine or elderberry as a medicine in the winter or something, we got how many elderberries in here? We got 25 of them. 25 of them. So they come packaged like this. And what we did is when you order 25 at a time, they're only $1 a piece, okay? And so a lot of people don't want 25 elderberries though. So what we did was we took a huge group order and we broke it all down so everybody could get theirs for $1 or even cheaper, and save on shipping costs as well.
Right, so on these trees, when you go over 100 trees, then it drops the price down to either 50 cents or 38 cents, depending on the species.
Right, right. So for your conifers, it's down to 38 cents, and then other things that go down to 50 cents. These the elderberries ended up being 50 cents with the number we ordered, 50 cents per elderberry. Now, so they came like that, and then we had about 29 people, I think it was 28, 29 people that put in orders, and then we opened the bags and we compiled them. And so what we would do, we'd take these and we'd wrap up the same species of tree right here, and then we'd group people's orders together and give it to them as a final package like this. So here's somebody who hasn't picked theirs up yet, and we just saran wrapped it together, gave them a tree bouquet essentially, and they come and pick it up on our farm because they know they're going to save tons and tons of money on this. So very cool there. A little bit about the Missouri Department of Conservation. You probably have a similar program in your state where the state forestry department sells trees or shrubs very cheaply. Missouri Department of Conservation is the best or one of the best in America as far as the number of orders they process and so forth. They do over 10,000 orders annually. That's 2 million seeds comprising tens of thousands of pounds of seeds. It's actually called the George O. White State Nursery. And originally it was 45 acres with 15 dedicated to seed beds. And now it's 754 acres with 50 acres devoted to seed beds. So it's over a square mile facility. It's huge. And they grow over 70 different types of species. Just in our order, there were 45 different species that people ordered. 10 of them were actually out of stock, so we only have 35 species represented here. But they've got some interesting stats on their website where they go through, like, they produce 2,000 bushels of walnuts, 6,000 pounds of white acorns.
Not produce them, they collect them to go to seed, yeah.
Yeah, they collect them, that's right. So they collect, so where were we, 2,000 bushels of walnuts, 6,000 pounds of white acorns, 500 pounds of plum seeds, and 500 pounds of hazelnuts. So speaking of hazelnuts, let me show you real quick. This right here, these are hazelnut trees, and we ordered a lot of these. How many did we get? Like 50?
I think ours was around 50. I think we ended up with 49 just because of how the numbers worked out.
Now that might sound like an awful lot, but both my wife and I recently read Restoration Agriculture by Shepard. And in there he talks about the enormous benefits of hazelnuts and using the seed hulls for fuel, high energy content, and also the oils that are in there. Essentially you can use it for biofuel, and of course you can eat them. And they can work in conjunction with other plants and trees in a permaculture environment, trioles, and so forth. Okay, so there's hazelnuts. We also got these right here. These here are called pawpaws. This is a bunch of pawpaw trees. And if you've never heard of a pawpaw, don't feel bad. I didn't either until a couple years ago. Apparently it's the largest fruit grown in North America. So we can't grow mangoes here, but we can grow pawpaws. It's like a yellowish fruit and it's sweet, but they get pretty large, and we got a bunch of them here. And once again, we purchased those for less than $1 each. Very cool. So we'll plant out some of these trees. We got the pawpaws there. We talked about the elderberries. And beyond that though,
tons of native species.
Yeah. Dude, they have tons of them. So apart from some pines and some wild shrubs, everything is native that they sell out of there. And you can all go check out their website, and they can mail out orders all over the place. I mean, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't have a...
There are some species that are restricted in certain states, so you do need to check that for your particular state.
Yeah, check what you're allowed to get in your state. But other than that, we got it. Parcel delivery, UPS, they just dropped these off, and but people came here and picked them up. So
yeah, our 1,600 trees were in 12 boxes, I think.
yeah, 12 boxes, 1,600
like this
trees.
size.
So about 130 trees per box. And so check out your own state thing, or check out MDC. And then, you know, if you want some trees for cheap, or you want to go in with a group of people, it's really a good opportunity.
Oklahoma Forestry Service has a really good program too.
Yeah.
They just didn't have quite as many species. So
we did Oklahoma's a couple years back, and we put a bunch of you know, fragrant sumac and smooth sumac and sand plums and a number of trees on our property that we got from Oklahoma. So check your own state, but it's a good opportunity that's there for you. So let us know if you have any questions or comments. All right, guys, appreciate it. Bye.